everybody, Tomorrow here with Tomorrow and Thaddeus. So we are going to be painting a bedroom in our house, and Thaddeus is going to take us through like what the paint is and where to get it and all this good stuff. So here we go.
Okay, so Thaddeus and Tomorrow here. I'm the Thaddeus portion of this. And why are we painting this bedroom? Because we're going to block microwave radiation from getting into the bedroom. So it's not just that we're painting it. You can see that it's black. So the paint is going to be black, and that's because it contains graphite and some other materials that are going to help block microwave radiation from getting into the bedroom. Now, what's going to happen is we're going to paint every surface. That includes in this bedroom, the floor, the ceiling, and the walls black. You may not want to paint your floor for obvious reasons. You can paint the walls and the ceiling and then put a metal mesh on the floor to block radiation. In our case, we're able to paint our floor, so we're going to try to do that. Everything has to be painted so that no radiation from the outside from a cell tower or the neighbor's Wi-Fi can get into the house from somewhere, or into the bedroom in this case. We want your bedroom to be like a primal sleeping environment, very important for recovery. So everything is going to be black. We're going to ground it at the base of the wall and put it into the grounding portion of the outlet. So everything is grounded. That takes away any charges or electric fields that build up on that as the radiation hits the outside of that. Basically, we're creating this mesh. So with graphite and other materials in that paint, and that can create a charge along with the electricity that's running through the wall from the electric wiring can create an electric field. We want to ground all that out and not allow it into the room. So once it's black, once it's this color, you can then test levels of radiation, and then you can paint over it with any color you want. It doesn't stay black unless you want it to stay black. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this microwave radiation meter. We're going to measure the levels before we paint everything, and then measure the levels again when we're done with our painting to see if it really worked. So the levels are fairly high. They're not extreme, but they're high for a bedroom. And what we're going to do is we're going to paint it, and we're going to check to see if these levels change to actually tell you if the paint works or not. Let me show you what the paint is that we're using. We just picked this up off Amazon. So we've got this bedroom a little torn apart, so don't worry about what it looks like in here. But this is the Y-Shield EMR paint, electromagnetic radiation paint. And I can show you the top of it here if it helps you like look for this on Amazon. But I bought this on Amazon. I had it shipped to me. I got two. You can see the size of this. I was kind of hoping it was going to be like a 5-gallon bucket, but I think it's like a 5-liter bucket. And I hope that it will do 2 coats. I think we're going to have to do 2 coats from everything that I've read to block enough of the radiation. So we're going to paint this whole thing. We're going to do another coat, and then we're going to see if we can get away without painting the trim. Now I did paint the back of the door, which you can see here. You don't have to paint the door, but then this is going to be a huge surface for radiation to come in. So if you don't want to paint the door because you've got a beautiful wood door, let's say, you can get radiation blocking fabric and hang it over here. So, you know, you've got to just push aside a curtain to come into your room. But if it's really important for you to block EMF, you would want to do that. And then same with the window. We have a window here. Almost certainly the Wi-Fi from next door and cell towers somewhere down the road are going to come in through this window. And so what we're going to do is create curtains. We've got some shielding fabric that we've already purchased, and we'll probably just cut some curtains from it, or one long curtain, and then make sure that that is placed here to block everything that could come in from the window. So that's what we're going to do, and then we'll talk about the results as we go through this progress and share with you whether it worked. Till next time. Hey everybody, it's Thaddeus again, and I've got this room painted with the black EMR paint. I'm going to show you what I did. The next step, let me grab this down here, is to actually take this tape. This is EMR tape, electromagnetic radiation tape. You can see it's silver, so it's going to adhere. There's 2 types of tape, one with an adhesive backing that's conductive and one that's not. Unfortunately, I bought the one that's not conductive. So all this black that I'm going to show you that I painted, I've got to stick the tape to it. This is the grounding tape. And then I'm going to have to paint over the tape because the sticky stuff, the adhesive, is not going to conduct to this black paint that I put on the wall. We need this to ground the wall out and the floor and the ceiling everywhere. So this paint has to be painted over so that it connects conductively to the wall. So I'm going to paint over the tape. I'm going to put the tape on the ground, the ceiling, the walls. So let me just show you what we've got here. So what we did is, this is the door. I'm going to open this door, but I painted the door black with the shielding paint. Now you can see a little bit more. So everything, the ceiling, the walls, all the way down to the floor is painted black with the shielding paint. This is a wall that's an interior wall. So as I go around the corner, I know it's kind of hard to see. These lights are red in here too. Probably won't be able to see much because they're red lights. But there's walls back there. This is really hard to see because this room is black. So there's the ceiling, goes down to the beds. And again, everything is black. And then I'm going to put on this tape that's going to ground everything, and then I'm going to have to paint over it. So again, everywhere you see, now there's a big gap for EMF to come in. We're going to have to shield that. So we're going to have to take this curtain and we're going to have to change it to a shielding curtain so we can shield that big gap there. Now this side of the door is the outside. Again, the inside is shielded. So we're going to then ground everything with the tape, and then what we're going to do, get it back on here, is after we ground everything with the tape, we're going to paint over the tape, and then we're going to shield these window with the shielding curtains, and then we're going to double check that the electromagnetic radiation levels are lower now that we've done this to see if it worked. I've never done this, so I guess we'll find out. This is stage 2, it's painted. We do the tape, paint over the tape. Stage 3 is the curtains on this window right here. And stage 4 is to test to see if it actually worked. All right, stay tuned. So you can see I've run this strip of tape up the wall, onto the ceiling, and along the floor. So it crosses the whole room. I know it's dark over there. And then I painted over it here. So it's been painted over with the EMR paint, which is right here. So what I'm going to do is, I ran out of tape, so I've got to buy some more. And I'm going to cross the ceiling with the tape and meet up here. And then I'm going to run it all along the walls of the room and meet up here again. And then we're going to ground this to a ground strap that will either go outside or into the grounding part of the outlet right there. Hey everyone, so I'm back in this bedroom that I've been putting shielding paint on to shield it from the Wi-Fi and the cell towers. So all the paint is done. I've got 2 coats of paint. You can kind of look around the room and you're going to notice up here this copper strip. So I was talking about you've got to ground out the paint, and we've got to put grounding all around the room. Well, I ran out of the EMR tape, so I had to get extra, and I ended up just getting this copper grounding tape. So what it is, I connected everything to the EMR tape, which started up here. It runs all along the ceiling. It's been painted over. It comes down here, and here's the paint down here. And then, so I've got it crossed with 2 things. The copper tape, and if you can see this right here, this is the grounding copper wire. So it's actually connected to the grounding tape, which is connected to the wall in the room, because this could carry a charge, and if it builds up a charge and carries it, we want it to ground out and not get into our skin or our body. So then this is sent outside, and it's connected to a 4-foot grounding rod pounded into the ground outside beneath this window. So everything is all done. I'm going to check the levels. First we're going to check in the hallway with the Acousticon microwave meter, and then we'll check in the bedroom. And they should be lower. Now I did check this. So these are the levels out here. It's about 0.3, 0.1 to 0.3. And they should really drop to near 0 in there. And what I'm finding is they haven't done that yet. So I think we might need an extra coat of paint. So come on in. You can actually hear that it's quieter. We're going to close the door behind us. And then we're going to close the curtain, which is a shielded curtain as well. So you've got this giant window letting things in from the neighbors. You want to completely close that off. So I'll just show you, if I wrap this meter in the curtain, you can see it basically stops all the microwave radiation. So we take it out. So this is not quite what I would like to see. is I've got the room shielded with 2 coats of paint on the floor, the ceiling, the walls, and I'm now blocking the window with a shielded curtain, but I'm still not dropping to that 0 or the green level. So that's not ideal. So I think what we're gonna have to do is pull everything out of here and do another coat of paint after we have a conversation with Brian Hoyer, who's a building biologist. So in the next video, I'll have had a conversation with Brian. I'll figure out what I potentially did incorrectly and what I have to do to solve it. We'll solve that in this room and then recheck the microwave levels. So until next time, keep following the YouTube stories and we will hopefully figure out this EMF issue in this bedroom.